Hello friends, welcome back. Today we are going to cover the static variables. So I'll just show you the simple example to understand the concept of the static variable. So in our last tutorial also we have seen the static variable. If you have missed it, you can go and watch that first. Okay. So to start with, we have a class here named as counter example. We have a constructor here. Constructor has the same name as the class name. It doesn't has any argument and return type. Okay, so the objective of this program is to count the number of objects this class is having. Okay, so inside main we have the public static void main method here. Inside main method we are creating four different objects of the class counter example: C1, C2, C3 and C4. So our object is to print out the number of objects created using this class. Okay, so let's try to achieve this using our instance variable. So we have taken a variable int count and initialize it to 0. Okay, now let's try to run it. Okay, before that, so whenever an object is created, it will call the default constructor. It will come here, it will increment the count plus plus, and it will print out the value. So let's see what happens in this case now. Run as Java application. Okay, so as you can notice, every time it is printing 1 only. So what is happening, whenever a new object is created, it has its own value of the instance variable count. It gets initialized to 0. When it comes to the constructor, it increments by 1 and print the value. Same thing happens for C1, C2, C3, C4, all the objects. But that's not we are trying to achieve. We wanted to print out the sum. It means we wanted to print out the count of the objects of this class. So in this case, static variable is useful. So now we just changed the variable to static. We just added static keyword at front. Now let us try to run the program again. Okay, so now you can see it is getting incremented properly. 1, 2, 3, 4. So at last we have 4 objects of this class. Now let's see what happens, how it executes. So when the first object is created, C1, that time it calls the constructor and it increments the value of count. So count is defined as static now. Okay, so the value of the count variable will be shared, it will be retained, it will not go off, and same will be used by other objects. So it comes here, it increments the count and print that value, so 1 is printed. Now the second object C2 is created, same thing happens again, default constructor is called. Now it does count plus plus. Okay, so what does it mean? It increments the value of count. So earlier it was having the value of 1, now it gets incremented, so it will print out 2. Similarly, when C3 is created, same thing is repeated, it is getting incremented and printing the incremented value. So you can see it is retaining the value, the values are not lost. So that is the advantage of the static variable. It saves the memory also, it is efficient in memory management, and we can achieve this type of things. Okay friends, so that's it for now. Please like the video. If you like it, please subscribe. Thanks.